This is the MacBook Air. Not the new M1 MacBook Air, but my MacBook Air circa 2012. It spent its first years in the hot and humid climate of Tanzania, survived a significant drop on a concrete floor, and booted off a 16 gigabyte SD card for months. No joke. When I started editing videos, it seemed natural and necessary to jump into a MacBook Pro with a dedicated video card, and that's what I did. I got the first generation 15-inch MacBook, and yes, this keyboard sucks. But last year, as we found ourselves in the pandemic, I found myself editing 1 hour long online church services every week, week in and week out, and it was just starting to take strain. So along came bigger, older brother to the rescue, a 2012 cheese grater Mac Pro. Now, coming from laptops, this beast was a breath of fresh air. The graphics card alone was as big as an iPad. There were inputs for days, 4 SATA drives. Still, official support from Apple ended 2 years ago, and getting more out of it meant upgrades like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and a lot of reading on forums. So I was in the market for another computer, and sticking with Apple, that meant $3,000+, whether that be a MacBook Pro 16-inch or an iMac. Basically anything less than that would not do without a dedicated graphics card. And this is why the MacBook Air and other M1 variants matter so much for video editors like you and me. Never before could you start at the base level MacBook Air. All this for $1,000 or even less for the Mac Mini. Not $2,000, not $3,000, not $4,000, what I thought I would need to spend. And that's why so many creators and editors are considering giving up their super cheese grater 2019 Mac Pros that cost upwards of $10,000. What does this mean for you and me? Well, first off, I would avoid buying any used Intel Mac. I've bought lots of used MacBooks, but I couldn't recommend it now. You need to save up for either the Mac Mini or the MacBook Air. If you edit in Final Cut or even DaVinci Resolve, whether that be H.264 or even H.265 footage, HD or 4K, these M1 Macs will handle it all. I think video editing is for the masses, just like word processors and working with spreadsheets and presentations are. And speaking of video editing for all, in the next video, I'm going to talk about the benefits of using DaVinci Resolve over Final Cut. So be sure to check that out.